going on, guys? Welcome back to another Amazon Wednesday where I review all things film and tech that I think are interesting. Today I'm talking about why the Sigma 18-35 1.8 constant aperture lens and why it's been one of the best gear investments that I've made. Before I get into talking about why I love this lens so much, I just want to say thank you guys for 15,000 subscribers. We hit the milestone yesterday. I did a live stream. Thank you so much to every single subscriber, every person that comes back and watches my videos, watches my content, and gives feedback. It truly means the world to me, so thank you guys. This isn't a new lens by any means, and a lot of you probably know the specs about this lens, but just to go over it real quick, it's a 18-35 millimeter lens with a constant 1.8 aperture. Cheaper lenses tend not to have a constant aperture, so when you're zooming in and out, you'll get kind of like a flickering or a darkening of your image. The aperture of a lens essentially describes the amount of light that it lets in. So an f1.8 lens lets in more light than an f2.8, which lets in more than an f5.6 lens. Because of the wide 1.8 aperture, it's a great lens in low light situations, and it's one of the best options for the Panasonic GH5. 18 millimeters is relatively wide, and then you get some decent reach being able to zoom in to 35. It definitely is a wider angle lens. It's not a wide angle lens. My favorite thing about this lens is how this thing is so sharp. It's ridiculously sharp. Even at the widest end at 18 and through the entire zoom range to 35, at constant 1.8 aperture, it is tack sharp, and the depth of field you can achieve with this lens is absolutely beautiful. 35 millimeters at 1.8 gives you some astonishing looks, especially when paired with the Panasonic GH5 and the speed booster. You're definitely going to need an ND filter when shooting during the day if you want to keep your shutter speed down so you can get correct motion blur. I have this lens paired with the Hoya ND16, which doesn't quite let me shoot wide open during the day, but I have another ND8 from Hoya that I stack on top, and that gives me like the perfect amount where I can shoot at a 50 shutter speed at like an f1.4. So what the speed booster does on my Panasonic GH5 is it opens up and essentially makes the sensor bigger. So it takes this 1.8 lens and essentially makes it an f1.1 on my Panasonic GH5. Another great thing to mention about this lens is the build quality. This thing is built like a tank. I'm pretty sure it's fully metal. The manual focusing ring is super smooth. The zoom ring is super smooth. It's just a great piece of equipment, and it's something that has lasted me. I think I got it at the beginning of this year. Gosh, it feels like it's been so much longer since I've had this lens. It's been with me through all my traveling, and I've dropped it a few times, and it hasn't, I mean, it probably has some scratches, but it just feels like it's something that's gonna last, and it's something that has lasted me. If you've been thinking about getting this lens, I highly recommend it. I made a video for the last Amazon Wednesday with my new 100mm Rokinon macro lens, and I called that my new favorite lens. This is probably my all-time favorite lens that I've ever owned and will probably ever own. Truly just a great piece of equipment. If you are thinking about purchasing this lens, I'll have an Amazon link in the description. If you order through that link, it gives me a small commission and helps support this channel. As always, my name is Colin Ross. This has been an Amazon Wednesday. I'll see you guys next week for another one, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another fresh new video. I'm giving away my Panasonic G7 for hitting 15,000 subscribers. I'm doing a contest, so stay tuned for tomorrow. Peace, peace, peace.